Obi Toppin, the power forward prospect out of Dayton, was drafted by the New York Knicks with the 8th overall pick. With his freakish athleticism, his rim running ability, a lot of Knicks fans had mixed emotions when it came to this pick. A lot of people were like, yes, he's fun to watch, but how is he necessarily going to translate over to the NBA? And today, I'm going to be talking about how good can Obi Toppin be. I'm not necessarily going to be answering the full question because it's way too early. He's not starting and he's not getting a lot of minutes, and he also has a lot to learn. But I'm going to do my best to break down Obi Toppin and what he has to work on and what he's already good at when it comes to the NBA level, and also how he could be utilized by the coaching staff. So no further ado, let's get right into the video, y'all.
Down to 7. Good outside the switch. Doncic goes
As you guys know, the New York Knicks went on to sign Julius Randle in free agency, and many people were disappointed, specifically Knicks fans, because we did not come out with a Kevin Durant or even a Kyrie Irving. Some people out there even wanted a Jimmy Butler or even a Kemba Walker of the world. But nope, we came out with Julius Randle, Wayne Ellington, Marcus Morris, Taj Gibson, and even more. Julius Randle was probably the most positive pickup when it came to the NBA offseason and free agency. His ability to score the basketball, he's definitely a bully ball type of product, but many people of the NBA world were really making fun of Julius Randle. The main reason why is because instead of getting Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving, the whole big-time dreaming offseason, or a guy like Zion Williamson when we weren't in the position to get the #1 overall pick, we ended up with Julius Randle. Even though he was a very solid player with the Pelicans, with the Lakers, it just was not Kevin Durant, so many people were disappointed. And when it came to Julius Randle last season, with a newly acquired RJ Barrett, let's just say he was disappointing when it came to his basketball IQ, and when it came to RJ Barrett, we never really fully got to see what RJ Barrett could bring to the table because Randle constantly had the ball in his hands and he was very ball dominant, and people were ready to trade this guy. Even the Knicks were ready to explore options because they're like, we have to focus on development. Looks like Julius Randle's not it. If it's spinning into double teams, turning the ball over, taking terrible shots. But anyway, we went on to draft Obi Toppin. People were like, okay, this is probably Julius Randle's replacement and we will trade Julius Randle. But that was not the case whatsoever. Julius Randle went on to start the season. Many people were mad at it, except there was a shift of events. Julius Randle looked like a brand new basketball player. He was taking quality shots. He was posting up. He looked more mature on the defense side of the basketball. He was keeping his head up and making the right basketball plays. It was a Julius Randle we never saw before, and the Julius Randle we saw last season of putting up, yes, 20 points per game, but it wasn't resulting in winning basketball games. But this season it actually has been. So then people were wondering, what are we going to do with Obi Toppin? Was Obi Toppin a stupid pick? I'm one of those people that weren't really high on Obi Toppin. Yes, he averaged 20 points per game and also 7 rebounds, and he shot pretty efficiently from downtown, even though it was only on 2.6 attempts, and he did not attempt a lot of threes throughout his collegiate career, and I never really saw anything that can translate to the NBA. His defense was absolutely horrible in the pick and roll. He would guard too high. He was alright defending jump shots or contesting jump shots, but people would blow by him so fast. Not like he's crazy tall for his position at the power forward position. Not like he's crazy fast as well to keep up with 3s or 4s. He can't really switch onto multiple positions. And also, he can't rebound the ball. And he's just really soft in the post. There's literally nothing polished about his game. So I'm like, should we really take someone that's 22 years old and has nothing that can translate to the NBA? But anyway, of course, his strength is rim running and he plays very hard. Yes, he may not play the greatest of defense, but he tries out there on the basketball floor. He showed some flashes of that in the Detroit Pistons preseason game of his rim running ability, his ability to get after missed shots as well, try to have some tip-ins, and his ability from downtown. Yes, we saw the defensive flaws and how he does not move his feet good whatsoever. Now, entering this NBA season, he has not got a lot of action. As you guys know, Tom Thibodeau does not love playing rookies whatsoever, even if it's Emmanuel Quickley, who's 10 times better than Elfrid Payton. But I did understand the situation because I already know he plays his best player so many minutes, and Julius Randle's been absolutely unbelievable, and when we take him off the court, we're such a liability of scoring the ball. But in the limited action we've seen of Obi Toppin, it's been an absolute nightmare. But I don't just blame it on him, I blame it in the way he's been utilized. The way we should be utilizing Obi Toppin is cutting to the basket, pick and pop situations. But no, we just have him camp outside on the three-point line like he's Kevin Knox. I really don't understand it whatsoever. His handle's not good enough to beat people off the dribble and finish at the rim. He doesn't really have a good shot from the outside. It's alright, but it's not anything proven entering the NBA. And yes, like I said, we should be getting him cutting to the basket, but obviously that should be the game plan for opposing teams when Obi Toppin's in the game. Look out for those cuts, so it's pretty obvious. But a thing Obi Toppin really needs to work on is the post. He's 6'8", but he's not really physically strong. He does not have any moves in the post whatsoever. He definitely has to add some moves in his arsenal. He looks really stiff. He does not look like he knows what he's doing whatsoever. He's not very patient. Sometimes he just gives up on it and throws up a fadeaway that just does not go in, and it's a very low quality shot. But yes, Obi Toppin I do think is going to put in the work, but I think he'll be as good as the coaching staff is if they're going to put him in the position to be successful and really play throughout his strengths and even disguise some of the defensive deficiencies when it comes to his game as well, as he's definitely going to need some help when he switches onto a guard. So watch out for a guy like Mitchell Robinson camping down low in the paint just in case he blows by, and most likely he will. But I've actually been surprised with how good Obi Toppin's been guarding fadeaways and also guarding outside on the perimeter. He's a decent enough wingspan to really disrupt shots. And another thing that really scared me coming out of college is, yes, he's a freakish athlete, but he relies on it too much sometimes. He really needs to work on boxing out, especially because he is playing the power forward position and it's way more physical. That is something we've noticed many times why Tom Thibodeau benches him in certain situations. Sometimes he just lets up 3 or 4 offensive rebounds in a row. But yes, obviously we should have Obi Toppin play around the rim in those pick and roll situations, even if Elfrid Payne's in the game. We've seen it work before, but the post is definitely not his forte. That's something he's definitely going to have to work on, and as well a mid-range shot. Yes, we have seen flashes of him using the pump fake, getting people up in the air, and really hitting a silky smooth jumper. Like I said, his mechanics look odd because he doesn't have a wide base, but are they ugly? No, they're not. He's proven to hit the three-point shot in college. I'm not saying he can't improve just because he's 22 years old. Anyone can improve any aspect of their game. But yes, pick and pops and also pick and rolls and him cutting to the basket. As an underrated part of Obi Toppin's game is his playmaking. He's actually a very accurate passer, and he's really good at recognizing certain mismatches in games, if he's in the post or even outside on the perimeter. He makes really good decisions with the basketball, which you love to see, even pushing the ball in the fast break situations. We definitely need to play him throughout his strengths and the limited action he is in the game. But yes, do I expect Julius Randle to be traded? No, I do not. Do I think he should be traded? No, he's 26 years old and he's improving as a basketball player. You could say 26 years old is when players start to get into their prime. Even if Obi Toppin does not become a starter in his NBA career, that's okay. Some people may think of the bench like it's absolute trash, but take a look at Lou Williams' career. Take a look at Jamal Crawford. Take a look at Montrezl Harrell, who went on to win 6th Man of the Year with the Los Angeles Clippers. I really do think he's a guy that could bring energy coming off the bench, and he's going to play very hard if I had to pick a ceiling for him. And yes, it's a unique situation because Julius Randle absolutely blossomed out of nowhere and matured his game. But let me know down below your thoughts and analysis on Obi Toppin. What do you like? What do you not like? I think he's a decent handle for his size, but do I think it's good enough to be outside on the perimeter and trying to create? No, I do not. But as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.